Oh, you're in New York right now?
Yeah, man, I've been here since Wednesday night. Yeah.
Ah, okay. This is a bi-regional podcast. A lot of podcasts they confine to just one town, sometimes just one state, not proper Ebonics.
Is that what it's called? Bi-regional? Because I've been trying to figure out the word to tell people that I'd be in two different states. Like, is it bi-statal? Like, that's what I've been saying. Like, it's
It sound bi-regional sounds correct. Like bi-statal, I don't know about bi-statal. As I'm saying, I'm like bi-state. I know what it means, but I don't put that down on Jeopardy sort of thing. But yeah, I'd say so, like buy something that's it indicates there's a dual.
all right. Bi-regional sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
It's still the Northeast, still the same region. Oh, I don't know.
All right, tri-state. Is that
The
are we
tri
in are we both in tri? I think we're both in tri-state. I think there's parts of PA that aren't tri-state.
So what I've realized is there's two different tri-states.
What?
There's two. So
That's six straight.
in the Philly area, the tri-state area in Philly is Jersey, Philly, Delaware, three states. I realized being in New York that their tri-state area, they say it tri-state area is New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah, huh. I always just thought of it as one, but yeah, I guess you're right. They do because they do say tri-state within like Philly as well. I never, yeah, I guess I more so affiliate tri-state with New York,
Yeah,
like tri-state Jersey, New York, and I didn't even make the connection, but yeah, Connecticut. And I was like maybe Pennsylvania, but yeah, I guess it's just different tri-state.
yeah, because
Where's
New York, I don't think that that part of New York that's considered the tri-state doesn't touch Pennsylvania. I think Jersey
yeah,
separately.
we
I
may
don't
need
know. I don't.
we may need to get a little map on the situation. Producer Pat, if you could look up tri-state areas and let us know each city and town of each city, just so we're accurate. And then by the middle of the episode, we'll report back on the tri-states. All right, so Bruce Pat, working very fast. New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut are three states most commonly referred to as the tri-states. The populace located close together and share territories that overlap with the New York City metropolitan area. So that's on that one. And we'll determine if Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware is its own tri-state. What a what a start! What a start to the episode of Robotics, where it's
Woo-hoo!
property Ebonics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're still listening, this is Property Ebonics. Kirk and Alan on a Saturday. We're
We're in
here.
here, man. What's up,
Yeah,
Kirk?
man.
How you feeling today, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling much better, man. I'm feeling your boy had some trials and tribulations throughout the week. Mainly those trials and tribulations being positive for the vid.
Oh, no, you got COVID right now?
I haven't tested myself in 3 days, but I guess in
Oh
theory,
yeah.
yeah. It's
How you feeling? You all right? You okay?
no, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. It's just been the most. I'll start off with this. Like it was what Sunday night. Uh, watch Super Bowl at a restaurant, and then in the middle of the night, I wake up and just can't go back to sleep. And Monday night or Monday, when I wake up, I'm just tired. I'm achy. I'm like, oh, it's because I couldn't sleep the night before, sort of thing. I'm just tired. And then like Monday night, a little bit of chills start to kick in, and a little bit of neck pain start to kick in. I'm like, oh man, what's up with this pillow? And then Tuesday, it's like, all right, this feels different.
Yeah.
This feels different. And then yeah, on V Day, test positive. I don't know when you. I've taken that test so many times, like the COVID test, like throughout the course of the last 3 years, and so you've seen that one line. When I saw that second line, I just heard like R&B songs from far away. I was like, oh no, how could this happen to a player like me? That's. I may have actually said that.
This was your first time?
Yeah, that I'm aware of. And you know what? I think this had before because I would always say, but that I'm aware of. this is I think, I mean, they're all different. It could have happened before where I felt it, or like I've had it and just didn't really feel anything. This is the first time where I was like, yeah, this feels different. So I think this was the first time test positive though. You've had it before, right? You've had it like once or twice.
I think I tested positive once, but I feel like I had it like 3 times, bro.
It's yeah,
I have turned into 2023. I've turned into an anti-COVID person.
an anti-COVID person. What does that mean for you?
What that means for me is I know COVID's real. I've had it. People have lost their lives for it. It's a real situation. But I'm done living I'm done dancing around COVID. I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done, bro.
you're done
I'm
with the eggshells.
I'm done. I'm
You
done.
tapping it.
I'm not staying away from places. I only wear my mask on airplanes. Like
Okay.
I'm
Yo, what
done.
about the grocery shop?
Bare face, bro.
Yeah. You're out there licking oranges.
Bro, I'm listen, I can't continue. I made this for like I was telling my girl this because she didn't understand. She was like, "What? Where's your mask at?" Like every day she'd be like, where's your mask? You came from a show. Where's your mask? I had to tell her, like, listen, I'm done. Done. Like
Yeah.
I've had COVID. All my loved ones have had COVID. We're all vaxxed and boosted.
Hmm.
And that's best case scenario. Vaxxed, boosted, and had it already. Bro, I can't do anything more. Like,
You're trying to turn COVID into NoVid. That's what you're saying.
yes, I'm done with it, bro. I know it's real. I know it's out there still, but I can't continue to dance. I've danced for 3 years. I can't dance no more. Like,
Mm. You're deciding to be free. No, I get it. I get it. It's
yeah,
I think there's a little bit there may be a little bit more of that for me. I was kind of on that side of things before, prior anyway, but now since having it, that's the thing too. Like this may be some of the low grade symptoms that I've felt for this one. Like what, just mild body aches, a little bit of a headache, a little bit of a sore throat, penis got a little bit bigger, a little bit of mild stuff going on, sort of thing. But who knows with other sort of strains and different things that could be happening. It could be like a whole different situation for the next batch. So
yep,
I'm not completely on that side of things, but I'm on the same vein a bit. Like when I went to Vegas, went on the plane with no mask, which for me was like, all right, I'm really crossing lines right now.
yeah. That's the only
Um,
place I will wear a mask.
yeah, I do grocery shops with a mask. I'm like, there's a lot of people there. But yeah, so I just kind of just been chilling inside, doing things I like to do, which I guess mainly it's just been reading and watching pornography. Um,
You would do that without the vid, so it's not like
it's this is the COVID edition of X Hamster.
everybody got masks on in the video.
Everyone's doing doggy style. Yeah, that's yeah, no, so I've just been chilling. It's nice being like I took one day off, sort of thing. Of like I was like rest would probably be helpful. I'm glad that I did do that. But yeah, no, I did a handstand last night, so I was like, all right, I must be kind of wavy if I'm doing headstands right now. So that's an indicator for me.
That's
If
for sure.
you not too sure about the vid, do some sort of acrobatic pose and then see, kind of get a gauge of it from there.
I don't know. Did you really have COVID? If you could join the circus, I don't know if you really had it. You might have just been a little flu or something. I don't know.
It's that's some we're gonna get flagged for that one.
I know the vid is real, bro. I know it's real. I'm just done living like it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's for the most part, and it feels like it's wild. It seems like there's been an influx of people that have been getting it for the first time in 2023. Like I'm seeing a
Mm,
lot, like especially in the comedy world. Like a lot of people getting it for the first time, which makes me think there's some like just maybe a different strain going on that it's not being as emphasized. But you know what? Good. I'm glad that it's not like this whole fear mongering thing of like new Spider-Man strain out now. Like you got to be careful of that. I'm glad that's kind of just like, all right, we understand it's a thing. Take your own precautions for it, and it seems like that's what people are doing.
yeah, which is most people are just taking no precautions anymore.
Not really. Yeah, my doctor. She and I've talked about my doctor on here before. She's kind of on the anti-vax side of things. When she was like, "Hey, if you ever get this, call me. I know the way." And I was like, "Oh snap!" So like I called her. I was like, "I'm curious. What is the way?"
Oh no.
And one, she was very like, she gave me a call the next day. She was like, "Well, yes, you tested positive, but there's been studies where grapefruit has tested positive, so we don't actually know if you have COVID. You may just have the flu." And I was like, "I feel like this is definitely COVID, but keep going."
Oh god, you need a new doctor.
So you know, 10 years strong. But she like they have that a lot of people were taking ivermectin.
I
Have you
don't.
heard of this at all?
I've heard about people. I know it's a lot of people. I heard about it though.
Yeah, it's a thing, but like insurances won't really cover it. Like you have to go to like a private pharmacy for it. And you kind of hear about like these like alternative methods of it, like, oh, take ivermectin, people saying that's working and all that. And I never really put much thought into it. And then she was like, okay, well, I could prescribe you ivermectin. And then I did research on ivermectin, and I was like, ooh, like this. Um, that's
Why
the
would
thing.
she,
Well,
bro? All jokes aside, Kirk,
yeah,
you need a new doctor. Okay, your doctor is just Aaron Rodgers. That's
and
all.
she and she did a good job getting my vitamin C levels up. But no, she was like, well, if we find out unequivocally that this is COVID, that I could prescribe you ivermectin, and that I just elected. I was like, all right, I'm not really struggling right now. I'm kind of just chilling. I feel like I'm one day away from doing a headstand, which I was. So I was like, let me just kind of wait it out, and then if by Friday, if I'm like pooping blood or whatever, I don't know what the hardcore symptoms are, but if it's anything like that, then it's like, all right, maybe do a little bit more research. But there was a no blood in my stool, so now I'm here on a Saturday, chilling.
Friend to friend,
Mm,
man to man,
word.
you need a new doctor. She does not believe in Western medicine. She talking about take these horse tranquilizers instead of the approved vaccine and booster shots. What?
uh, uh,
If that's what floats your boat, if you agree with that, I can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? What the
oh
hell happened to
snap!
my video?
Yeah,
How'd that happen?
that's when you start talking spicy about the vaccine. That's when Zoom put you on timeout. They put you on etch and sketch mode right now.
Yo,
There you
why did
go.
that happen? Why did that happen?
Oh, that was wild. We got flagged for that. That may have been Russia. That may have been China. That may have been Poland. Poland may have got us on that one.
It was your doctor.
It's- yeah, no, that's
I'll,
could have been. Could
I'll let
have
it
been.
go. I'll let
Yeah,
it go. I'm glad you're better. I'm glad you're able to do handstands and cartwheels again. You know what I mean? So I'm
yeah,
glad that you're back. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No,
We
I'm curious how things were going for you, man. Since last we connected, I know there was a pretty big situation that happened. Something that you were looking forward to. How was last Sunday for you, man?
for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I don't say that to me to be a dick either. Like I'm curious, like how was your experience for the Super Bowl?
How, how was you know how my experience was, Kirk? The Eagles
Uh,
lost.
I don't know what your preparation was. I don't know what kind of dip you made. I don't know what kind of friends that you had, friends that you made.
It was actually two friends that I made. They were my daughters.
Oh, okay. When family becomes friends, the Super Bowl edition.
So yeah, I mean, we had the. You know what I did make? I made meatballs, turkey
Oh,
meatball, turkey ground turkey from scratch. You know, had
hmm.
meatball subs, made those. I had some chicken wings, of course. Had the made some baked potatoes, a little kale salad on the side. Like yeah, you know, I
Damn, you made a whole
had
thing.
to get. Oh wait, hold on. Can you pick us up tomorrow? Denia's coming over. Oh, bet that might be better. But
Hmm.
anyway, yeah. So yeah, I had to. My daughter made spinach or not artichoke, just some
Your
kind of
kids are
spinach
making
dip.
food too.
What,
I keep hearing your kids are like you have like teenage kids though, don't you?
bro?
Yeah, they're
My
yeah, they're
daughter, my daughter is taller than you. You're like,
that's we got to get the rulers out on that one.
what you 5? You 6 foot?
I'm 5'10".
Yeah, she your height.
All right.
She 5'10". But
That's wild.
what was I going to say? But
She won't arm wrestle me though.
yo, she wrestles, bro.
Damn, you're right. She does. All right. Uh, yo,
I know
she won't see
wrestling.
me. She won't see me on the dart table. She won't see me on the dart. Anything with that.
When she start going to the bar, she learn how to play darts, then she will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is how I feel about last Sunday's Super Bowl. Eagles lost. I'm a big diehard Eagles fan. I always said I have two kids. The girl of my life is still when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. Like I will say that forever because that I've never felt a joy like that. Right. And I told myself 5 years ago when the Eagles win a Super Bowl, I do not I care, but I'm not as invested as I was because we have one now. So it's
Right.
like I can take a break. I can keep my mental health under control. I can like I told myself like 10 years is probably like the time frame. Like if we go 10 years without another one, then I might get back up to where I was. Because you gotta remember, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, this was 29 years of my life. I've never seen this. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So we got it. I was super ecstatic. I still feel the joy from that day. So when we lost, I kind of was like, well, we just had one. We just had one. It's okay.
That's what
You
I was
know?
telling
So
people. There was a lot of talk of like, if they win or lose, the city's gonna burn down. And I was like, I don't think that's the case. I think if anything, if they win, people are just gonna be super happy, and it's gonna be people like doing backflips off horses. If they lose, I don't think people are gonna be like breaking into any stores or like setting Wawas on fire. I think it's just gonna be kind of melancholy.
yeah.
And that's kind of what it was. There are people out the night of it in Philly, but it wasn't anything like crazy. And seeing like crazy footage, it was just people still climb poles. But I think that win from was it 2017?
Yeah.
That win from 2017, it's gonna hold the city over for a few years, like you said, maybe 10 or so.
Yeah, it
Um,
did. It did because even like I know diehard fans like myself, like my friends who I'm in a group text with, it just wasn't the same as it was 5 years ago. It's kind of like, and so this is what I realized though. The Eagles winning the Super Bowl did so much for the mental health of Philadelphia Eagle fans because like the city of Philadelphia is just pent up for years, never having a Super Bowl, just anger and frustration. So now when you feel that, I don't know, euphoria,
yeah,
like it just makes everybody more happy. Everybody's in a good mood. So like that's why I feel like murders in like places like Philly were like so bad. Teams that winning championships.
mm,
I mean, how many murders you see in Kansas City? Not that many.
that's
They,
true. I haven't checked
they
stats. I
keep
want
winning.
so if we look back at all the murder rates from 2007, that's all on Donovan McNabb's shoulders. That's all on him right there.
He didn't take us over the hump. It's all his fault.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man, and people will be held accountable. But yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a correlation. I was rooting for him. You know, I'm not really like a football person like that. But I was at the restaurant, went over with the dip to a restaurant to like watch the second half. But we watched Rihanna's thing, which was cool. Which by
Yeah,
the way,
how'd you feel about that? How'd you feel about that?
it was cool. I didn't realize she was pregnant until afterwards when people were telling me that she was pregnant. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Apparently, it was very apparent though.
Yeah.
It was solid. I was expecting like some sort of like guest appearance. Like there's always like kind of a guest appearance when someone shows up. Um, and I was like, how wild would it be if Rihanna like popped out Yo Yo Ma or something like that? She did not pop out Yo Yo Ma. So it was just Rihanna, which that's a statement itself, just Rihanna. It's Rihanna. People were very excited. And yeah, it was overall cool performance. Nothing that was too, I wasn't like super blown away, but it was enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I immediately I knew that she was pregnant. I seen that. I was like,
Really?
oh, she's pregnant. Yeah. I knew it.
Really?
The way she was standing, it was like she was trying to let us know. It wasn't like she was trying to hide it. Like she was like standing like this, with like a belt on. Like you pregnant with a belt on? Like come on, you know what you're doing.
You didn't think it was just like residual baby from the last baby? Like, all right, I just had a baby. Here's a bump from it. Chilling.
she she's been out since then. You know what I mean? Like I've seen her since then, and then she didn't have that. So it's not like
Yeah.
so. I mean, I'd be on my Rihanna tabloids. I'd be looking at pictures and videos where I've been checking her out, and that's not what was there. So
Man, I didn't pick up on it so much, but shout out to Rihanna. Shout out to Riri. She didn't do Ponda
speaking of
Replay.
Riri,
What's up with
she
that?
did. You said she didn't do it.
She didn't do Ponda Replay.
Right.
I was
So
expecting Ponda Replay and how that song samples Will Smith. I was like, yeah, what if Will Smith comes out as a guest appearance of Ponda Replay? That didn't happen though.
that would have been absolutely ridiculous. And Will Smith came out. Like I was thinking to myself, like the one song she did with Kanye, was it All of the Lights? Whatever song it was.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
yeah, because that was that he
I
was
was
gonna
like,
come
yo, what
out.
if Kanye comes out? That'd be insane. Kanye.
I
Like
said
I'd have
the
been
same
so
thing.
mad. I'd have been mad because I hate Kanye right now, but like Will Smith coming out with a Trump Kanye, that'd have been even crazier. Like Will Smith? Like what?
Will Smith comes out, slaps one of the background dancers, and winks at the camera. That'd been nuts.
Getting jiggy with it.
But yeah, overall, it was overall cool. And I was at that restaurant, and watched the second half of it, and people were clear, like not like people were like bummed when it kind of turned over to when it was apparent that the other team, the Chiefs, were going to take it, but no one was like, "That's not true." One dude, one of the servers, like cursed out the owner, and I don't know if it was related to the game or not, but like they had like a fit. So that
Right.
may have been game related, but other than that, though, everyone else is pretty chill.
Yeah. What restaurant was this?
This is like Anna and Rocco's. Shout out to Anna and Rocco in Parksburg, uh, the finest
Yeah,
Italian in Parksburg, PA.
that's your hood right there. It's your new hood.
That's my adjacent hood right there. That's Jad's Pizza. We got locked down. That's the real hood right there. Jad's Pizza. Shout out to Abdallah.
It's a comedy scene in Parksburg. They be having shows out there.
They have that victory. They have the victory. Which have you done it before? The victory out there.
Nah.
I've done it once years ago. I don't know if they still do stuff out there. And Dan April, just started doing one in Animated Brewery, which I did that maybe 3 weeks ago. So yeah, they got a little thing going on.
Yeah. That's cool. Shout out to Parksburg and people at Parksburg. I will say, I used to have Parksburg School District. I think it's because of the O. Octorara, right? It used to be one of my. So I'm gonna break it down for you. I'm gonna show you where I'm going here.
Hmm.
Octorara High School used to be one of my uh, uh, customers, whatever. And I used to go there and serve food and talk to the kids and stuff like that. But if I went there today and got to talk to those kids at the high school, I would tell them the things they got to watch out for in life. You know, drugs, alcohol, Leonardo DiCaprio. You just got to watch out for those things that are after our children.
That's a wild segue play. I did not see that coming. No, that's that is that's what some people are saying. Some people are, you got to give a heads up of A-list celebrities that may try to date your granddaughter. That's what the are we seeing a public perception change of Leonardo DiCaprio in his dating his habit of dating younger people?
Yes. Yes. My perception of him has absolutely changed since I've seen him dating 19-year-old girls. Like,
Really?
it absolutely has, bro. Technically, it's not illegal, but it's disgusting still. This is like, bro, you 40 something. What? You ever have a conversation with somebody 10 years younger than you? You ever have just a conversation?
Yeah.
Imagine being in a situation with like someone 10, at least like third, like I don't even know how to explain this because it's so difficult for me because I have daughters that are like right there. You know what I mean? Like my daughter's 15. It's just like you can't watch Titanic now. Like you just can't.
You're like watching Titanic, like, yeah, Rose, don't get him on the door. Let him drown.
Bro, there's so many women in this world. It's Leonardo DiCaprio. Leo can get almost any woman he wants. Why would you? I just don't understand, bro. Like, because you already know how it looks. I won't. Yo, it's true story, Kirk. True story. Like, I have had relations with white women, right? I've had relations with white women, right?
That's a true story.
Multiple, right? But one of my things, like, I never would go out with them.
Would you like go out like date sort of thing? Okay.
Right. It's only come to my crib. I go to your crib. We're not going into public, right? And that's because I didn't like the way people looked at me when I was with like a white girl.
Really?
You know what I mean? So like I would avoid going in public with them because I like the way people looked at me, how it made me feel.
Okay.
For him to be so comfortable to just keep doing this, it started to be so weird, bro. Like,
now is that to say also that for both Leo and perhaps yourself as well, that that's more of just like weighing what other people are thinking versus what you may want to do. Like in this situation with like if you're dating white women and you're concerned about what other people maybe how they're seeing you in public, is that taking away from like what you may have with that person?
It was never dating. It was strictly smashing. I want to be clear. It was
Right.
never. We're never like in a relationship or anything. I've never been in a relationship with a white woman, right?
Right.
But I feel like if things bother you, you gotta look at the mirror, right? Like
Mm,
if something bothers you, if someone says something that bothers you, you gotta look in the mirror. Like, why does this bother me? If somebody looking at me bothers me, I have to look in the mirror and why. And it's like I know why, because I'm just having fun. Like I'm not really like invested in this woman. I'm not really see a future with this woman. I shouldn't be here. Like I
okay.
shouldn't be here. That's how I've got to move in life now. Like it's fun having a good time, but I know I shouldn't be here because I don't feel like 100% free, 100% myself. I shouldn't be
No,
here if I can't.
you're
If
not
I
being
can't,
perceived as your authentic self, you feel.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So it's like I can't talk to those people like, yo, man, I love black women. I'm only gonna ever marry a black woman, but I like to get my rocks off too. It's all pink in the middle. But I can't like tell them that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe don't tell them that. Uh, my thing is, all right, so that's wild. With Leonardo DiCaprio, what if he well, first off, he's been dating young people for like a while now. This isn't like I feel like people are treating it like it's a new thing out of nowhere, but from my recollection, he hasn't really done anything different. He's always been kind of dating younger women, like typically like these younger models. Um, it's being highlighted now out of nowhere. I guess he's just been dating new people, sort of thing. But in his case, which I don't know Leo like that, but like if he's out there and he's comfortable, like say if he's out there dating like these younger people, and he's comfortable and not really concerned about public perception as much, then does that make him a creep then? If it's just like, if is he actually doing anything wrong?
I think it makes him a creep
Okay.
for two reasons. For two reasons, it's a pattern. He
Hmm.
always dates younger women. Like it's a pattern, right? Like what is it about young women that you keep attaching yourself to? And second, the other problem is he don't see any problem in it. So like I've done like everyone has done things in life where you know you're doing something wrong, but you're like, yo, I'm gonna do it anyway for X, Y, and Z reason.
Hmm.
I don't think that he sees any problem with it. And that's scary to me.
Do you feel that there's a problem just because they're younger, or my thing with it, man, is like I think we had to weigh some things out of this. Like they are adults, the people that he's dating. He's not dating like teenage 17-year-olds or anything like that. They're adults and they're people that are able to make choices. So it's kind of like to say that someone like Leonardo DiCaprio, him dating a younger person, um, is like a predatory thing or like a creepy thing. It's almost like saying like the younger people, the women, like they don't have the ability to make a choice. Like their decision making skills aren't as honed in. Which an argument can be said that is the case. But I feel like it takes away complete willpower from the other participant in the relationship.
Yes, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. If Leo came at me, I might say yes. It's Leo. Like the power dynamic is insane. That's why he's a creep. He's taking it looked as if he's taking advantage. What he's doing is not illegal, but I can still look at him and say, oh, I think he's a creep. I can do that. Public
Mm,
perception of him has definitely changed because
mm,
I know it has changed because I can do that joke about high school kids looking out for drugs, alcohol, and Leo, and people laughing because they
right.
understand the perception of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
It's being
I think he has
highlighted
changed.
more. It's definitely being highlighted more, which I don't know if there was a particular thing that happened because that's all, ever since like what 10, 20 years from now, like Leo's always been like, oh yeah, he's dates like these younger models on the boats with the George Clooney's and such, and the Tobey Maguires with these younger models. Like that hasn't changed. So for whatever reason, it's been highlighted in news more. Um, but in terms of like actions, it doesn't seem like actually anything is like what has made him just Leonardo DiCaprio that we saw in The Revenant just a few years ago to now creep. Like what part in his behavior has changed, or is it more so just how society see things?
I think that his behavior not changing is what makes it even more creepy.
Really?
You're saying to me like, well, he's always dated young girls. Hello, if I always rob people, I'm a robber. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like, well, he robbed this one person. He's just bad on his luck. Like, no, I always go after these people. I always go after these 19-year-olds. This is it's a pattern, and I think that as he gets older and older and older, and the girls' ages get younger and younger and younger, because 19 is the youngest I think we've seen.
I've
So it's
been
like
keeping tabs like that. So yeah,
I know that people talk about all the young girls he's been with, but I think this is the first one that's in the teens, and this is the oldest he's ever been, obviously. But it's just like you know what I mean? It's just like the pattern and the optics of this one, yeah, it makes it look really bad. So like, if this was his first one, and they're like, "Yo, Leo Wow, he got this 19-year-old supermodel," you'd be like, "Well, you know, he doesn't have a pattern of being a creep, so maybe he just really likes her." No, but like when you got a pattern of it, I don't think it helps the perception. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's. I wonder what it. No, I shouldn't say I wondered too much because I kind of have an idea what it may be like. But if say like Gwyneth Paltrow, she has a habit of dating like younger dudes, sort of thing like that. Do we do we think that's kind of like a creep territory sort of thing?
yes,
Hmm.
it's just share. You know, share situation.
Share situation. Damn, sharing a situation. Tell me more.
Share is in a situation with a young brother.
What?
Share Share is a situation with Pat. You have to look this up. I don't know the guy's name or age, but he's like around our age, maybe younger.
Pat's
He's
typing in
knocking down.
share BBC right now. Seeing
He's he's knocking down Cher. They be at all the red carpet events. I forget who he used to be. He was like Amber Rose's friend. It was like somebody. It was adjacent to the industry, and he smashing Cher right now, bro. Like
no. I,
people are kind of like, oh, Cher. But also, this is the first time she's ever done this. So it's not like it looked like some Stella got her groove back kind of stuff. It don't look like she's
mm,
being a creep. You know what I mean?
yeah, I will say like I'm playing a little bit of devil's advocate a little bit, or Leo advocate, whatever you want to phrase it as. But however, I do get that part of it too. If like if you're older, or perhaps like in a certain stature, which I don't know, I don't know the full strength of power dynamics because I haven't really been in one that big of a difference of one. But if you're dating like a 19-year-old, even if you're like 32 dating like a 19-year-old, a little bit of like flags kind of come off a little bit of like there's a possibility that you could get along in certain ways that maybe isn't as highlighted by society, and you both love marbles, you both are really into like Uno and the chess club or whatever. But there is a little bit of a disparity between the two in a general stage that makes you kind of question things. So when you do see those stories, that there is a little bit of part of that of like, oh, that's kind of one part that I see about it is that it's narrow-minded in the sense that like Leo strictly dating like younger women, anyone just strictly dating younger women sort of thing, of that being like the ideal of like peak attraction of like oh, this is like the height of sexuality for women sort of thing. I feel like it's very it's limiting. It's limiting, like because there's a bunch of baddies out there. There's like whether it be like late 30s, 40s, 50s, there's baddies across the scale sort of thing. I feel like it's the equivalent of like if there's particular women that are like I'm only going to date dudes that are 8 foot tall sort of thing. Like it's one of those like kind of limiting yourself off of what is the standardized idea of height of attraction, no pun intended, sort of thing. So I think it's limited in that and kind of basic. But at the same time, I only know what I'm able to see. So I have hesitations on calling people creeps or predators without knowing the full scope of it. But it does raise a flag.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, clearly.
I have no hesitations. I run full head of steam. Creep flag right there. It's just a creep. It's a creep. It's creep move, bro. Like I'm 34. I'll be 35 next month. I
Ooh.
couldn't imagine a 19-year-old. Like I couldn't. My daughter goes to school with 19-year-olds. Like I couldn't
Mm.
even. I think for me, that's one of the biggest things is my daughters, right? So like they keep me like I used to do a joke like I gotta be married by the time I don't even want to say it.
Oh man, no, I'm curious.
I said I want to be married before my kids' friends are legal. Like
Oh gosh,
you know what I mean? But like
that's a quote.
you know, but like real rap. So like my daughter, I'm 19 years older than my daughter. So it's like anything over that 15, 20, no, I'm cool, bro. Like I just could. It's nasty to me. I can't. It's like my daughter's friends. Like, I couldn't do that.
It's, I used to watch you and you would come over, sort of thing. Those relationships are creepy, and I have seen that in real life. Of like, I won't say who
I
it's
know one. I
yeah,
know one.
in the family sort of thing where it's like the dude knew the individual from like church when they were like a kid. The kid was in church, and then like later in life they ended up getting like married, and it's like I know them, like they were cool. One I'm very close with, lover sort of thing. But it's just kind of recognize that like when you know someone, you knew someone when they were a kid, and then later on get married to them, it's I guess not uh
But
legally
it's what?
infraction,
But
but
it's what? But it's what?
it
Creepy.
yeah, a little, yeah, it's a little bit on the, at least for me, at least for me sort of thing. Like if I see you in your PJs with a wet face and candy all over you, it's like it's I'm gonna that's gonna be in a different subgroup of people. I don't know if we're gonna be having movie night in that sort of way.
Exactly. This. Do you hear about Marcus Houston? You ever hear Mark Houston
Oh
situation?
no, what did he do? Every time those B2K bastards are
Marcus
always in a
Houston.
situation.
Marcus Houston is now to. He might be married. I know she had a baby, but the same exact situation. His friend, is it his friend or his manager's daughter that he's known since she was a baby? She's she like turned 18, 19. They got married, had a kid. He's in his 40s. Marcus Houston is doing this right now.
Man, go home, Roger. Go home, Roger. That is a rough thing to do right there.
Ah,
Oh my goodness. Damn. Yeah, that's a rough one. It feels like
yeah.
that B2K squad, they're always getting they're very versed in this in this category.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'll use the term hurt people because it seems like it's like if you're young in the industry, it seems like there's a lot of people that take advantage of you in unfortunate ways, and it seems like that tends to perpetuate itself. So yeah, I didn't know about Marcus Houston, but I can't say I'm fully surprised.
That B2K, man. That bump, bump, bump.
With that, man, with that, I didn't know if you had anything else on the creep topic or not, because I was thinking of
Nah,
segueing into a. You like how
you got it.
my segues
I
are
go
like
on
straight.
days.
It's a creep, you go off creep for days.
So you got it.
I'm right off. I go, I cut. I do. There's no like, and then we're on this thing, and then it led to this detour. It's like, all right, this topic is here, and now for part two of the conversation. Prop suggestions. Prop suggestions. My prop suggestion for this one, man. For a while now, I've been trying to get a little bit more. You know, your boy has different art pieces. This is just a sample of what's going on in Kirk's apartment. Kirk has a bunch of different art pieces all over the place. But I don't have any frames or photos of people in my life, any personal things in the past, things in the future. I have none of those documented on my walls. So the Dip gifted me with what's called mix tiles. Have you heard of this mix tiles before?
Oh, what's that?
So it's pretty much an app where like you upload photos from your phone, and then they'll put it in a frame for you, and then it comes in the frame in like kind of like this sticky backdrop. So it's like you don't have to like nail anything in. You're able to just like put it on your wall. It's very easy, convenient. I was able to order about 3 of them. So now my proper suggestion is to consider mixed tiles if you want to have frames from your past and again future on your walls in your apartment. Some of the I got 3 of the photos, and you and Pat made the cut. You and Pat made the cut. There's one from in April when we did Church of Satire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool photo. I was going through. I was like, oh man, that's a nice one there. So I got PE in the building, and a few from Las Vegas, and one of my mom and brother, and perhaps more to come. And again, they may be from the future, so we'll see. But that's my prop suggestion: mixed styles.
Can we see? Can we see the one with us in it, or is it too far away?
I ordered it this week, so they're gonna ship it in a frame. Probably by the next time we record. Who knows? It may be up here. This may be the instead of my one that I usually have here. Which where is it?
It's gone. It'll be there soon. All right. So here's my suggestion. I forgot the one I was thinking about. So here's one on the fly. It's a fly suggestion.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just men, but I feel like, right? Tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm just disgusting. But I suggest that every man today, this week, wash your sheets and your covers and your pillowcases. I don't feel like, so let me break it down here. I don't feel like that's something that, do y'all do that? Do y'all do that often? Before I just jump off the cliff and say that we don't do that often?
I don't do it often. I do it like I won't even say the number because some people, it's every few months. So I'm going to do it now because of the whole vid situation. But yeah, it's not often. It's like jeans.
Yeah, it's worse than jeans. But I only wash jeans when I get a stain on them. But yeah, no, yeah, wash your sheets, covers, pillowcases, yo. And what it does is not only does it clean it, but it helps your like mental health, bro. Like you feel great when you're laying in clean sheets, covers, and pillowcases. I'm telling you, it's like you go to a hotel, it's like it just feels so great. Like you know what I mean? Like when you wash those things, it'll change how your mood. So if you want to feel better, wash that stuff, man.
Yeah, I agree. I was about to say my grandmother always said this, but that's not true. I feel like germs are invisible stress. Like if you're laying in bed and all that stuff, that like yeah, sure you may be comfortable and all that, but there's an element of that when you have like freshly new sheets. And I'm wondering like, oh, what is that? And maybe it's because some of the germs in there, and that's adding some very low grade level of stress to it. Stress is a strong word for it, but it's all the same essentially. So yeah, no, I'm on board for that one, and that's one I'm gonna do.
I like that. You said germs cause stress. Is that what you
germs? Yeah, germs are invisible stress.
Germs are invisible stress. Yo, bro, you good? See, this stuff I'm talking about, bro. Yo, I literally just got this. I'm just read you this message I got on Facebook just now.
What?
I can't even make this up. Yo, bro, 2 bros.
Hell yeah.
Yo, bro. Remember we used to do Alan's DMs?
Yeah. Oh, can we do an Alan's DMs real quick?
There goes an Alan's DM right now. Bringing it back. All right, here it is. Facebook DM. Yo, bro. You got 30 to 35 on Cash App? I'm short trying to get my car out the repo lot. They repossessed last night, shaking my head, trying to get it out now. I'm here now.
Urgent situation?
I haven't seen this guy since high school.
Man.
I haven't talked to him since high school. What makes him think I got $30 to $35?
And can send it right now. That sounds like spam. Do you think he got hacked?
I think he's getting high. This is crackhead behavior.
Oh man, this could be. It's a fine line between spam and crackhead.
Yeah, it's not spam. Spam not using 2 bros. Bro, he's trying to bring me in. He's trying to bring me in. No.
Yo, brother man?
Not happening. Delete. I'm just going to delete it. I'm not even opening it. Don't even see that I read it. I'm going to delete it.
Yeah. Whether it be crack induced or spam, I say don't open and delete it. If it is spam, by opening it, I feel like it just triggers more spam to be sent out to you. So whenever you get those messages, just kind of delete instead of opening it. That's pretty specific though for spam. 30 to 35. I'm at the spot right now.
Kirk is drugs.
Man.
It can't. What you mean? You need $35? Who asked for $35
To fix the
to get your
car, 30 to 35. That sounds like a very interesting rate.
to, to get your car out the repo? You gonna message the nigga you ain't seen in 12 years?
Mm, what do you think? What do you think is more appropriate to cost around $30 to $35?
Nothing. I don't. I got this pet peeve about people asking for a little bit amount of money. I
No,
can't. I
no,
can't.
no, not even saying that because I'm kind of the same way with that. But like I'm saying, what do you think is like? Because he's saying that to get his car out of the repo. Realistically, I don't think $35 is going to cover a car being out of the repo. So what do you think the actual $30 to $35 may be used for?
Drugs.
Mm.
Like I think he needs money to buy drugs.
Uh,
Whether whether it's pills, weed, crack, whatever it is, no one in their right state of mind that's not being pulled down by some other elements are going to just ask a random nigga for $35. It's just
mm.
like that's crackhead behavior. He's doing that to procure drugs. Like that's it.
Yeah, you could
Like
make his day today.
no, no, I'm about to make my own day today. No, I'm not. So
You
look,
could
Pat
be
said, so
Mr.
wait, his
Deed
car
today.
was no. Pat said his car wasn't towed. No, Pat, that's the whole thing. It's his whole scam. Nothing was towed. He probably didn't even got a car. Like
It's,
no, man,
oh
no.
man. Well, good luck to that individual. If they get the $30 or $35 to buy the fruit roll up that they desperately need, then that's on them. But perhaps asking people unsolicited isn't the best move. You know what was a good move though? You know, it was a
What
sick move.
was?
Uh,
What was?
Teamed up with producer Pat last week and watched UFC 284. Oh my
Watch the movie.
goodness. Yeah, man. So like Pat and I, we've always like talked about because we're on our MMA stuff and all that, man.
Yeah.
We always talk about like, oh, it'd be cool to like watch one of the pay-per-views together. And then the last week was a major one. I know it's not necessarily a thing, but this was like a major one. This was I won't go into full detail, but I'm gonna go into full detail. It was it was it was the featherweight champion of the world, Alex Volkanovski, going for the lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev. He was trying to get double belts, which is like there's only been 5 people that have done this, and they're doing it in his home state, his home country rather, in Perth, Australia. So home advantage. He's moving up a weight class. This Islam dude is huge. Alex Volkanovski, he's well balanced and great, but it's like he's taking on a big challenge right now. So we go to see this. We all got my buddy Ray's there, Pat's there, Dom's there, the dip is there, Ray's dip is there. It was a wonderful night. It was a very cool live sporting event to be watching sort of thing, and it was nice being able because Pat knows this stuff too, so he's like able to call things like on the fly. And like you're just like, oh, all right, I guess they are going to take that move. So that was a really cool experience, man. And again, I won't go in full detail of the actual event itself, but Volkanovski, he showed up. He showed up. It was spine tingling. I
Did
don't
he
like to
win?
use. He did not win. He did not win technically. So there, bro, he did not win the contest. He did not win the contest, but he won the people's hearts.
He didn't win the battle.
The battle's still being determined. But he did so much better than people anticipated him to do. Like people thought he won the fight, but the judges gave it to Islam Makhachev. And it's being debated now, and who knows, they may do a rematch. I think Islam did win, but it was very close, and I would love to see that rematch. But it was just dandy being there with the team. And just for a super fight like this, it's very one of a kind.
That's good. I'm glad you guys got to spend that time together. That's always well needed time. I feel like that's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's you gotta come through for one of these. Pat and I will talk you into. What do you mean you hate UFC? How do you hate UFC?
So okay, all right. Look, this is where I'm just gonna be honest. I tell all my people this. If that shit like to get me away from comedy, that shit gonna have to be Super Bowl with the Eagles in it. Like that's the only way. Like, you give me a UFC event on a weekday, I could be there.
On a Saturday though.
Do they ever happen like late? Is it like boxing where it comes on late at night?
Both. So this title fight didn't happen until probably like 11:50 p.m. Sometimes when they're doing it in different countries because of the time zones, they'll do it like at 2 o'clock. Like if they do it like Abu Dhabi, sometimes they'll be in 2 p.m. So maybe on one of those cards,
Yeah,
maybe
that
I'll
would work.
one of those. Um, or there's a big one coming up March 4th. John Jones versus Cyril Gane, which even for UFC people that aren't, even when you're not a fan of the sport, you're probably going to hear about this. Like this is a pretty big one. So March 4th, keep that in mind. John Jones, Cyril Gane, it's going down.
I know John Jones.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's one of the big ones. He's coming
He's the one that
back.
keeps getting arrested.
He gets arrested a lot. he's he gets arrested a lot, which I don't know if those cops start freaking out once they approach him. It's like, is that John Bones Jones? We have to put him in handcuffs. I think he knows a move to get out of that. But yeah, he's coming out of the jail cell and into the octagon in the heavyweight division. So he's moving up a weight class after 3-year layoff. So and yes, there's a lot of jokes to be said about this, but we'll leave that to the internet. But John Jones is coming back against Cyril Gane.
From the from the jail cell to the octagon. I like that.
They may use that. They may use that in the UFC embedded series.
Put it on a t-shirt, make some merch.
No, that wouldn't be bad. First path, we could write that down. Yeah, that's merch ideas. But yeah, that was a sick one, man. That was a overall. This I would say it's been a packed week. I don't like to say things like this, but I may have to. If this week, the week that I had meant that I would have 3-4 days of COVID, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. This was like it was just back to back, just solid days. Like it was
yeah,
each day was wavy.
Good.
Woke up in the morning like,
bro,
oh, today's the day. Nice.
Bro, if you're gonna like party in the weekend and just have COVID during the week, it ain't that bad. You stay in the crib all week, it ain't that bad.
That may be the move.
Feel okay.
Yeah, if you're able to pop headstands and all that, and it's like, all right, that may be the move. You know, some people they only drink on the weekend, sort of thing.
Yeah,
maybe equivalent of that. Like, hang around, be with the people on the weekend. See those 2 lines during the weekdays. Friday night, you're back. I don't know if that one's CDC approved or not.
I'm sure that has some long term effect on your body. I'm sure it would.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Right.
I'm taking the opposite approach. I'm here for a long time, not a good time.
I'm just here for the COVID, baby. Good shit. You said you wanted. Did you see the Jesus Super Bowl commercial? Did you see that?
I did see that, man. That's at first I wasn't too sure what it was. I thought it was an Apple commercial because it looked like just a bunch of iPhone photos. And I was like, oh, this is kind of a weird approach for Apple to be taken. Like usually they have those like they'll show like these shots of like, whoa, I can't believe a phone took this. And at the end it'll be like Apple. But instead it was like all these like nice shots and it was like Jesus. I was like, oh, all right. So it was a different one this time around. I'm assuming you saw them as well, right?
Yeah. I seen the Super Bowl, the Jesus one on Super Bowl, and then I seen like the backlash. Everybody's like, "How did Jesus don't even pay taxes? How you get all that money for a Super Bowl commercial?"
Yeah, a long spot too. Like most of those commercials were like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Jesus got like a full minute.
It's like he just parted the break just to be as long as he wanted it to be. So
he parted the Pepsi commercials from the Miller Lite commercials. Yeah, so I think the dude's name, I don't want to butcher it, whichever the word may be. It's this dude that owns Hobby Lobby, which is the shop. You see a lot of them here out in PA, and I'm sure probably in the Midwest as well. And they are affiliated with just religious ties. And I think they got a lot of backlash back in around 2018 or so. They were one of the large companies advocating against, it was either just women reproduction rights. I'll just put it that way because it was one of the traits within that. And they got a lot of backlash back then. And now it's one of those things where people aren't really trying to, and there's a lot of people that boycotted Hobby Lobby just in general, but this commercial didn't put Hobby Lobby on it. It was just happened to be funded by the Hobby Lobby. Yes. And people weren't too thrilled about it.
Bobby Lavies was cute.
You like that? It's
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, bro. Like, what's the goal to get more people to go to church? Like, what's
I'm sure if because I'm sure there was like a link on the bottom of it, and it was like it was probably just like one group that it's like I don't even know if it, I would be upset strong, but like I'd be perplexed if it was any sort of fundraising thing. If it was like, hey, we have this, we're putting on a Super Bowl commercial and we want your money. Um, I think it was just Jesus awareness.
yeah,
Pretty bad. If you're able to look that up, if you don't already have that on your bookmark, if you could check that and see what that Jesus Super Bowl commercial, what it was, what they were aiming for, what the goal was for it, beyond just like Jesus awareness. One in particular, there was one where it was just like violent images, like it was just like anger, violence, and then it just showed like something us, and you know what's in us, Jesus. And that one just felt like you're that's exploitative right there. Like you're using like these strong violent images and then tying it in to Jesus sort of thing. And like I think that's just like a cornball move sort of thing.
yeah.
Like whether you're religious, not religious, just it's a very cheap tactic, I find.
hmm Yeah, I mean, it's funny that they're using a cheap tactic for an expensive ass ad. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you got to mess. I don't know, man. Like it was for me. It was more just confusion. It was like, okay, I know Jesus is. Y'all think Jesus exists, and what you want me to do with this information now? Like, you know, like if it was pointless to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like Pepsi is a Pepsi commercial. They want you to go buy Pepsi.
Right. They want you to get the new Pepsi, Pepsi Blue.
Right, right. But you trying to give me the new Jesus, or like what are you doing here? Like, you know what
Is
I mean? Like,
Jesus being rebranded? Is Jesus getting a reboot? According to the thing, it says, Bruce Bow was able to pull it up. He Gets Us, the campaign. It's part of a wider TV campaign that aims to reintroduce Jesus to a new generation. The Super Bowl campaign opened with a 30-second spot called Be Childlike, showing wholesome images, and then it goes further into the second one that it showed. Um, so yeah, that's a part of it, just reintroducing Jesus. I feel like even if you're
that's
not religious, like you know what's up with Jesus, right?
bro. Like he's like
That's
the
like
most famous person, right? Jesus is the most famous person.
I feel like you could be if you don't celebrate Christmas, you know what's popping with Santa. You know
Right.
the deal with Santa. So it's like there's for the most part, I don't think there needs to be like campaigns for it, but if there is campaigns, sure. It's just the tactics for it just seemed a little cheap. And knowing the Hobby Lobby background to it, I think it may have rubbed a few people the wrong way. Perhaps me being one of them.
Yeah, and it probably should have. It was just weird. They don't want us to teach uh, church in schools, but they're going to show on the Super Bowl. Like, mom, we want give us more pop star nipples and take away the Jesus commercials. You know what I mean? That's we don't need that.
We want pregnant belly bumps. We want John Travolta with Donald Faison, Zach Braff. People love that commercial. People love that one. That was a highlight for many.
Who do you want for next year's Super Bowl halftime show?
Who do I want? I did mention Yo Yo Ma earlier, and I do think that would be unique. Um, would it be irresponsible to say the Wu Tang Clan? Because that's just like a personal one for me. I don't know how that would resonate. um, who would I actually want? For myself, Run the Jewels. I don't know if they're big of a household name to do it, but I think that would just be a cool thing. I think they have songs that would resonate with the energy of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough music where it would be enjoyable by most.
Yeah, but it has to be someone that's like an icon.
Yeah, I get that to an extent. I mean, they don't have to do that though. Like, what if Super Bowl used that opportunity to like just introduce an artist? How wild would that be?
No, this is the dumbest thing in the world, Kirk.
No, that'd be wild.
You're not going to break an artist from the Super Bowl. People are paying for advertisement for the Super Bowl. You're
Yeah,
paying so people are watching after they get done watching Rihanna. They see your commercial. Now, after you get done watching Little Beat Bop or some new rapper,
yeah,
no,
it'll
because it's
be
not gonna be that many people watching.
that may be the move right there. I don't know if they get like new directors every year, but like if they want to be innovative, switch it up and get something that's like, all right, there's a good chance this is going to be like get Pharrell to produce it where it's like he has a good ear for things. We're like, all right, this is clearly a bop right here. This clearly like this is dope. And then get that person in there. And then as cushioning, as a guest appearance, Elton John, he's an icon. Get some Elton John in there. Get Elton John and Jay-Z in there in the background just as a cushion, but don't announce them. Have it be just the person.
So you want them to open up for Lil Bebop? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We're kind of just like again, just kind of cushion. Lil Bebop does their thing. They do like their 18-minute bit, and then Jay-Z and Elton John comes out and closes it for 3 minutes.
Okay, I can see that. I was thinking about, you know who I would like to see? I would like to see Diddy and the Bad Boy family. Like a
Yeah.
like a like a like a branches of Diddy. Like you know how they did like last year with the Eminem and 50 and Dr. Dre, like a branches of Diddy. I think that'd be so fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who are some
Diddy,
of the
Mary J, Mace, Lil Kim,
the list
some of
kind
the
of
R&B acts.
I was about to say the list kind of like not limits itself, but kind of simmers down a little bit because a lot of the people that he worked with, like the big ones have passed, like Craig Mack, Biggie, Black Rob. If he gets Chapo,
Who's Chapo?
making the band, I'd love that. If Babs for making the band comes out,
I watched it.
drop top in the hood. I'm the ghetto superstar. Oh my gosh, if Enes came out. Oh my god, if Dylon comes out, yeah, people would lose their mind. People would lose their mind if Dylon came out at Super Bowl. That'd be bonkers.
He wouldn't buy them a flight. He would make them walk there.
I know.
You thought walking to Brooklyn was tough? How about walking to San Diego?
They record the whole thing. Yeah, that would be cool concept. I feel like someone did that recently. I think it was like the BET Hip Hop Awards where like they had, because they did have Lil Kim out, Mary J. Blige came out, and a few other people. But I like the idea of it. You know what's funny? I don't think we ever seen Puff at a Super Bowl show. It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy because like from the 97 to like Puff was running things like. You know, so
yeah, you think you would seem like it's something, but yeah, like it's some sort of like hype man position. But we see him in a ton of commercials for Super Bowl, even this year, but none on the actual Super Bowl.
Well, you heard it here first. We'll see P. Diddy need a Super Bowl appearance, man. I need to see him on there in the halftime show.
Yeah, man, we need to see it there, and a few other things that we may need to see before we wrap things up. You know, we're always trying to aim for the stars. Sometimes we even aim for the branches. And with that, we're going to go for some goals. Your boy pulled the trigger. Well, not completely yet. So, you know, I've been talking about corn snake for about 17 years. So ran by my landlord. She gave the thumbs up. So that's the new goal right now. That's the new goal where it's like, I'm actually looking into tanks and like speaking with breeders in Pennsylvania. And the goal ultimately is to find a male adult corn snake. There's a lot of what they call hatchlings, like the 6-month ones. But I mean, I'm looking for an adult one, particularly a male. So if anyone's watching this and you're like a reptile enthusiast, please feel free to pass the word along my way. Whether it be a reptile show, I know there's one coming up on March 12th, or if you know anyone or you yourself as a snake breeder, that's the goal that I'm aiming for by the end of March. Corn snake season.
You can't just Google that to see, like.
Trust me, your boy's been Googling. Yeah, so I found like a bunch of different places, and a lot of them that do the adults are places like in Texas where they mail it. And you'd be surprised how common that is to mail a snake. Like the idea of just like having a snake just like sent over to you and just unboxing it. It's like a popular thing amongst like just reptile community. Me personally, for the first time getting it, I want to like go to the breeder, make sure that the snake is eating properly, because that's like a big thing. A lot of snakes, they don't really eat. Like they have a hard time with eating, and then that becomes a thing in itself, especially if you put them in a new habitat. So I would like to go to the place, so drive there and see it personally, get some insight from the breeder, and then bring it back. Worst case, though, I do have the mailing option.
Yeah, you might have to mail if you can't find anywhere close, or you can
Yeah,
mail yourself to Texas and then go check it out.
that's yeah. I suppose yeah. Take a flight out to Texas and fly back with a corn snake in the box. I guess that is a doable thing. People do it. I'm not going to do that though. But the goal though, I think if I don't find anything just from online searching, there is a show in Oaks on March 12th. Is it March 12th or March 10th? It's on a Friday, and that I'm sure to be able to find one there. But ultimately, though, I'm setting it for myself. By March, a snake is going to be in this house, which is a wild sentence to think about, but it's going to happen. It's going to be nice.
Snake will be in this house. Well, I think you make that happen in the next 12 days, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. You got to bring him on the camera like you did your puppet.
Bro, you already know. bro, you already know. Like,
bro.
There's going to be a proper Ebonics episode with me just having the snake on my shoulder. Although they're a little bit, they move around a little bit more, so I may need to put it in its cage if it gets a little too dicey. I may get bit on camera. Who knows? But it's
not afraid of that.
I mean, I don't. It's not preferred, I guess. I mean, I'm a little bit curious, but if that's a part of it, then that's a part of it. From my experience with snakes, they don't really bite unless they feel like they need to defend themselves, or the mistake that a lot of people make, from what I've read and from a friend as well. A lot of times, if you're feeding them, you don't wash your hands properly, or they'll sense on your hand like whatever food there is, so they'll go after that. But it's never really out of malice that they go out and try to get you.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. Nice people. They're chilling.
All right, so I'll do my goal. So this is my goal. I've had it in my head. I've written it down, and I've been moving to work towards it. I've been trying not to vocalize it that much, but I can't keep it secret that long. I've been talking about this for like 2 years, trying to figure out what's my next move. And I figured it out. So my next move is I will be recording and releasing a comedy album.
Whoa!
So, but I decided. So how I got here, whatever. But like, what I realized is a lot of things that were holding me back was I didn't exactly know what a comedy album could be. Like I was always under the impression that it had to be an hour of material, and it's just like fire material. It's like it don't got to be an hour, bro. I can make an album. An album is just really an album. It's a piece of work, a body.
Like 42 minutes.
So like I met a comedian, right? And they were open up for like another comedian, like a famous comedian, open up for them. And I didn't like straight up ask them like how'd you get here? But I was just researching about them, seeing what they got going on, seeing what they got happening. And this person, since the pandemic, has released 4 albums.
Oh,
and I was like, and when I seen that, I was like, I started talking to him about the albums. He was like, yeah, I create the material and I get it out there. There's no point of holding on to it. And this is a good way, it's like making a special, like, it's like, people don't really watch it. It's just kind of like, but an album to me is like, it was very sexy. I was like, yeah, I want that. Yeah, so I've been literally writing for it, looking for venues, how I want to do it. Figure out the name of the album. It's probably going to be like, honestly, it'll be like 25, 30 minutes, like at the most.
Yeah.
Like 12 tracks, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, and I've been like listening to, not like listening for like jokes, but like listening just to see what's going on, how people structure it, what's going on in the world. And that's the move. Goal. Yeah, so the actual goal for me is, this shit by like April, I want to like have like a date to like record it and get it out. Like, it's gonna go down. Like, that's the plan. I've been keeping it under wraps for too long. Not for too long, but I'm keeping it under wraps because I don't know if I told y'all before. Like, sometimes people get like acceptance from just speaking it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I kind of just hold it in. But I was like, now's a good time to like speak about it. So yeah, I'm working on an album. It's going to be like I said, like 20, 25, 30 minutes. I was thinking about naming it "We Got Action." Like I was thinking that. Like,
that'd be sick. That's like that's when I hear that term, I think of you and going to shows and all that. So I don't know. I think that could be a pretty good one.
yeah, I think what's funny. I seen two people this week post that we got action. I was like, you got that from me.
Uh, I saw a few people a while back post slide, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder if they got that from me." And I was like, "I don't know." I'm like, and if they did, I'm like, "That's fine." That's
It's my contribution to the ecosystem. Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah,
yeah,
that. I feel like that could be a cool move, and just the idea of like the excitement of like doing an album recording as well, of like doing like two different shows and like kind of mashing them together. I know we haven't had him on, but like I don't know, like Glenn Tickle, he may be a good person to like touch base with because he has like the record company. I don't know if I'm blowing up Glenn's spot. I don't think I'm
no,
blowing up Glenn's spot. But there's different albums out there.
like places like TuneCore, DistroKid. You pay them a fee, $20 a year. They upload your thing to all the things, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I just pay them that one fee. I'll upload the audio. I had to record it, good audio, clean audio. I want to find somewhere good to record it at.
Where do you think you would want to record?
You know what's crazy? I wish I was ready, but at the Lancaster
That
2 weeks
Phantom?
ago, Phantom Power would have been perfect. Like I could have if I was prepared and thought about it beforehand. Well, I mean, I know I had that show came up to me like 3 weeks in advance anyway. I didn't have like time to prepare anything, but that would have been a good situation, like just to have like a amount of time, 45 minutes, and just go hard. Because like when I record the album, I'm gonna record like 45 minutes,
Right.
but like I'm just going to keep like whatever I want to keep. So
Yeah, I know Audrey. She's doing one at Telus 360.
yeah, I seen it.
I plan to come through to that, but yeah, maybe even like once you like have everything mapped out, have it be a spot where you could do two shows, sort of thing.
Yeah,
So,
I want to do two. Like if I can't do two, I don't think I would do it. Like I want to do two.
right.
Like I want to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's gonna go down. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. But that's the plan. It's gonna happen. And like I told you too. I need to when I'm writing comedy. I write better when I have something to write for.
Right.
Like working towards something. So like having this, it's like literally my set has just been like growing so fast. Like I just been able to like crank out new premises and tags because I'm trying to get somewhere. You know what I mean? So it's like I just might be forever in a constant place of creating an album. And that's what I've been thinking about. Like I'm always creating an album, and it can turn into specials or whatever it turns into. But like I need to have something I'm working towards. It makes me better. It makes me better. So
that's good to recognize that. That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I think people they may not have like a certain motivation, and it's good to recognize like, oh, this is something that drives me further. Having that in mind. So, hell yeah, man. Keep me looped in. I'll be here supporting all that stuff. The people listening and around, we're listening. So, yeah, man.
Yes, that's the plan. So we're in here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man. Well, with that, PE, it's on a Saturday. You boys chilling. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for throwing dice. Thank you for the corn snake contributions. My inbox has been blowing up since this episode aired. Thank you so much. It's all the people sending me corn snake photos. I don't know. We'll see. Again, I tap into the future a lot. With it, do you want to let them know about any shows you got coming up?
I don't even know. I've been in Delaware so much recently, bro.
Yeah, you've been in Delaware Beach.
Crooked hammock shows. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, just follow us and all that everywhere. It's shows everywhere, man. I don't even have my calendar up right now.
Yeah, same. As I was saying your thing, I was like, oh crap, I don't know where my calendar is. There's like something in the end of the month and something in March. See us when you see us.
Come to a comedy show on the East Coast. You mess around and see us there. There you go.
We're in the Tri-State. You're gonna find us.
Tri-State. I mean, yeah, I'm East Coast though. I'm going to Myrtle Beach again in 2 weeks. So
Tri-State and Myrtle Beach. That's where you can find us on your favorite regional recognized podcast, Proper Ebonics.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
Subscribe. Peace.